high school, I played, basketball and baseball and, that sort of all-American kind of thing. Went to college, and that was, great. I was, studying chemical engineering, and I had my life planned out. It was golden and sparkling, And not anymore. This used to be home. It isn't. When I was a kid, I went to church and all that, and it was just something to do because the parents did it. But when I was there by myself, I sort of got the point of it, and it's about the community, about having that community there to talk with and to think about things with, and even to just be with. And when that was taken away from me is when I really, it was only when I realized that was the point of all that. So, I spent a couple of years praying and trying to, read the Bible when I could. It's a little different than I remember it.
How so?
In my memory, there are people here and they're playing and having a great time, and now that I can't come to practice, it's not the same. It hurts. It seems like a small thing, you can't watch people play or whatever, but it matters. It's a part of my life I'd like to have back, but I can't, and I miss it. Opening day, we would always go out there to play, and I could always look up in the stands and, like, the whole church, not a couple of people, but like the whole group would be there, and they'd be cheering us on, and just knowing they were there was fantastic, and just the support was so good. We would always go out for food afterwards as a big group, and just having that community there was so good. So good.
And you used to come back home, like, after college.
Yeah, and I'd come back home, and then I was the one up in the stands cheering people on. But now I can't do that. Now I can't even go to church. It's one of those things that you think should just, it's completely backwards. Like, why can't I go to church? I don't know. Played the bass, a couple of other instruments, and I decided why not get involved in the music ministry there. I thought that was a great way to play and worship at the same time, and have fun doing it and glorify God. And I wish I could still do that.
So why can't you play music anymore at any church? Why can't you play music?
They don't want me there. Whenever I've asked around, and they'll say, yeah, sure, and then we get into who I am and what I've done with my life, and then they say they don't want me, but I know, and they know. It's actually worse than when I was in prison, because in prison we're all equals, and outside I used to be equal with everybody, but now I'm out, and now I'm worse than everybody else, and it's worse because I see people, and the people are there, but I can't, I can't congregate with people. I can't have that fellowship that I want to have. It's like prison, exactly. Except the walls are now, invisible. It's not concrete. Things I would have considered little dreams are suddenly now big milestones to me.
So what's like one of those little dreams about church?
I mean, ideally I'd like to find a place that would take me in. A place where I could go and not be scared that I'll get sent back to jail. And a place where people won't look at me funny. People who will care about me and see Bobby the person, and hopefully, Bobby the bass player. That could be good. And not just Bobby the sex offender. I'd like to retain my personhood.